Welcome back to Module 1, Drawing 2. You'll be hand drawing one of 4 shapes. I sent you the shapes on the email. So let's begin. First of all, we're going to learn more about the line command, the O-snap. We're going to revisit fillet, rectangle, polygon, copy, copy multiple, annotate, typing, multi-line text, text edit. The move command we'll revisit, the polyline, the SP line, that's the line that's forming an S, curvy line, layers, we use our hatch command, and then our trim command. Let's just bring in the drawing and begin. So let's just roll our mouse and move it out of the way, and then go into Insert, okay? And then we want to attach. See that attach right there? Attach right there. Attach. And we want to attach a file. So let's find the file. Wherever you saved it, you go find it. And I named the drawing 2, because that's what it is. And I'll click on it. And it'll visualize. And it'll say drawing 2, and I'll say open. Now always look at the screen. All these are preset to drag it in just like you scanned it, so I'll just say OK. Now remember down here it says specify insertion point. You can go 0, comma 0. When you see these brackets, AutoCAD has selected that. If you see hit enter, then it'll go put the drawing down at the 0, 0 origin, or you can place it where you want, right here. Left select, and you can drag and drop, and approximately just draw it about the same size as our dialog box there. There it is. So now you can trace it, but I want you to draw it. But this is just going to be used as a guide now. There's a 5x5 and a 5x4, a 5x5, 5x5. So let's go to the proper layer. Let's go to layer control. And I've created a layer called grid, so double click, see that red check, double click on grid, and there it will be the current layer. And let's just double check. Grid, it's gray, it's kind of a light line weight, and it's by layer, and you can see the grid is a dashed line. Okay, let's draw the layers. Let's first start out with the line command, line. And let's make our squares 1 by 1, and they may not be the same size as this, you'll find out. Now we want to put our ortho on. Remember, we have 2 ways of doing it. F8, or come down and put your right angle symbol on there. So now I'm going to direct the distance. I left select it. Now I'm not going to click. I'm just going to move the mouse and type in 1, enter. Okay, and now I can go up or down, or if I hit my F8, I can polar. But I want to go straight, so I'm at F8, and I'm going to go drag it up. Type in 1, enter. Don't click anything. Drag it, 1, enter. Don't click. Now, to get to the end, I can snap, or I can just say C for close. Enter. C, enter. There you go. So that's 1 square. Now that we have 1 square, that's easy. Let's go to another command. Let's just make this easy. Instead of drawing them all, let's copy them. So let's go up here to the copy command right here. Copy. Or you can type in C. I'm going to type in C. O, and there's copy right here. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this. Watch this. I'm going to select, left select, right click, enter. And if you didn't right click customize, make sure you do that. I'll show you how to do that again after we do this. Now what we want to do is we want to find a place where we can dock it. If I click here in the middle, there's no middle down here. If I click here in the middle, there's no middle. But if I click here on the corner, I know there's a corner. I'm going to take my F8. I'm going to hit my F8. I know there's another corner right here. Select, and another corner right there. Select, and another corner right there. Now, you can keep going around and doing this if you want. Or you can copy the whole row. Remember, if you come from the left, you've got to include everything. So if I go to copy and I come over here and I cross everything, I'm only going to get part of it. So what I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to copy just those pieces right there, because I don't need that because it's already there. Right click, snap to the middle point. There you go. Select and select and select. There you go. So that's one. Now let's do the 5 on the 4. Let's do it a different way. Here's another way. So you're going to do rectangle command, rectangle, click it, and you're going to remember how you line up. You're going to put your F11. You're going to click here, and you're going to, all right. Now I'm clicking a point, and it's a relative point in the screen. It's not a 0,0 origin. So since it's not on the 0,0 origin and AutoCAD doesn't know where it is, you have to have Shift at. See that little symbol down there? At, that little at symbol above the 2? At. Now you do your algebraic XY. At 1, 1. Enter. Now that's a whole square. So remember, if I go to move and I try to move this square, I can't move this. I have to move each piece, right? I have to move it, and I have to move it. Right, let's undo it. Now, I have the option, I can move, since this is a rectangle, it's a whole block by itself. It's only one entity. It's not 4 lines like these. So, let's go to copy those. Copy, select, and I'm going to select here on the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know that we can copy these again. Copy, select, select, select. And remember, there's only 4 there. Wow, I know this is a 5 by 5 here, so now I can just copy this one down. Actually, I can copy all of these, both of these down, right? And I can put my ortho on. Look at that. And I'm gonna copy. Remember, this is a 5, so let's copy that. Let's go copy from the right. There you go, and I'm gonna snap in the middle here because I can, and I can go snap in the middle there. There you go. So now it's 5 by 5. So I'm gonna start with the Thor. All right, so let's start there. You have letters, and the side you have numbers. So we've got to be in the proper layer. So let's go to the layer. Let's go to Home first. Let's go back home and click on Layers. And double click on text. There you are. Double click. Now the red check is here. X out of there. Now we're in the correct layer. So now let's draw the letters and the numbers. So we have to go to Annotate. Click it. And let's go to single line. I like multi-line text. Just click on multi-line. And you click it here. And you make a little rectangle. And I'm going to type in a capital A and click away. And we know that A is too big, right? So let's go back home. There we go. And let's move that A. Let's see. Move. Left select, right click enter, and move it in position. Now, if you didn't, if you get the dialog box, that means you've got to reconstruct your programming for your mouse. So let's do that again one more time. Remember the command, it was options, OPTIONS, options. And then we went to user preferences. We checked the box to activate this to dark. Check. It gets dark. We left click, and it's top dot, top dot, top dot. Remember? Apply and close. Left click. Apply. Left click. OK. And there it is. But we realized that the A is too big. And maybe these numbers are going to be crunched here. They're okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to scale this down. Once we scale this one, we don't have to scale anymore. So let's go to Scale, left select, right click enter. Now your command, remember, always read your command prompt. It says specify base point. Give it a base point. I like to give it a base point right in the middle of the letter. There you go. Left select. You can eyeball it. Or you can type in, hey, that's a good eyeball right there. Okay. Good. Or you can type in 0.5, that's reducing it by 50, or 0.4 or 40%. And it's still floating here, so let's go to move again. Left select, left select, left select. Right click, enter the information. Left select, a base point. It's going linear, so hit my F8 or go my ortho down here. And I'm going to put it right there. There you go. Now here's the second lesson in base points and copy multiple. So let's do it. Let's go back to copy, copy, left select. All right, left select, right click that information, snap here, snap there, snap to the center, snap to the center, snap to the center. Now I can do all of those, or I can say copy all of these from the right, snap to the corner here, snap to the corner, snap to the corner, snap to the corner. Good job. And I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to go to the pencil eraser up here, left select, and left select, right click, enter. There you go. So now I double click here, and this is a B, right? B. Uh-oh, I want capitals. B and C and D and E. Uh-oh, I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. I'm going to erase all of these, all of these, all of these, right? And I'm going to go to copy, left select, copy command, left select a right window, left select, snap, left select, left select, left select, left select. Now go up here to the pencil and erase, or type in E and erase the E there. So now we have those. Now let's go to the numbers. Copy, left select. Now let's just eyeball point right in the left, right in the center of that A, and drag it down right there where we want the 1. There we go. Now we just go double click and we type in the 1, just like a Word doc, okay? It's kind of too far out there, so let's go to move it. I wish I had a bit. There you go. So copy, left select, and let's go to the center, and the center, and the center, and the center, and the center. So now you go back 1, and you just change that to 2, and you change that to 3, 4, and 5. And you're right, they're a little bit too close, so we're going to move them in conjunction with that 1 up there. So let's go to move, and I selected all of them, and I'm just going to eyeball them up there. Sometimes it looks like an I and you want more of a definitive looking one. So what you can do is you can cheat and you can change that font to, can we move this out of the way? Yeah, let's move this out of the way so we can see it. Let's change that font to something that looks like a 1. There it is. But that's a little bit too wonky. Let's white that out. We don't want Gothic. Let's get something that's more definitive, like a 2. Arial. There you go. That's pretty good. Unicode. And then I'm going to go back to home. Okay. And I'm going to go to move, left select, and I'm going to move it over there. There you go. Now that I got those 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s, I'm going to copy. I can come from the left now and just include all of them. Left select, right click, enter, snap to the corner, left select, left select, left select, left select. There you go. So now we were on the right layer with the grid. We're on the right. Now we're going to be on the right layer when we're going to draw our door for the first time. Let's move the sheet as close as possible. There you go. So now let's go to the figures layer. Let's go to layer, and we have one called figures, right? So figures, double click, make sure the red arrow is there, X out of there, roll your mouse wheel. Now what we're going to do is go to Polyline, select the Polyline, and sometimes you want to take your snap off because it'll snap to these little intersections and you don't want that. So let's eyeball up here and look at where the lines are crossing the lines. So I know it's crossing here. And the more clicks you have, the curvier it gets. See there? And that comes here, and then this comes over here, and it comes up just a bit and comes down. And this one comes all the way down. Well, take that all the way down because we're going to trim it later. And it comes down here. And then it goes back up there. And roll your mouse wheel. Now you can put your snap back on. See there? And snap to that end. There you go. That's one. And then let's draw the other wings up there. We can make it a little bit larger. So left select polyline again. Okay, and then you see the snap is on. You're gonna F8, take that snap off, and the ortho, so that you'll be okay. And this one's coming down. Uh-oh, I'm still snapping. I'm gonna undo, take my snap off, F3, or take the snap off. Okay. And this one's coming right there at the corner, and it's curving down. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look reasonably well. And this is coming through there and crossing over and almost going straight down there. Okay, and the eagle feathers, so that you can get these and you can get those and come across, and then get these and get these. All right, and go straight. Now you can come across here. You can actually cross this line because we're going to trim it later. And come up here and draw that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's finish those lines off. So now you can go to polyline again and start from here. Now you need your snap on. Snap, and I'll take it off so they can freehand. Yeah, there you go. And I like to hit my F3, I use my left hand to do my F3, and I take it off. See there? And I put it on, left F3 takes it off. All right, and now remember, this is a bowl here, right? So now I can F3 and just sort of take it off and just take this right in, and I can cross it. I can actually try to make a round helmet. There you go. Put my F3 back on. And this should be more round. So I can make it more round. I can just click on it and see those blue squares. Make sure your snaps are off, because if not, they'll snap back. And you can move these out. You can actually move them out and make it more round. There you go. Wow. And then see, this one can come in just a tad. Let me see, just a bit. Okay. There you are. So now you've got a helmet. Now let's trim those lines off. Let's go to trim. See those scissors? Left click. Your command prompt, select objects. So these are the two cutting edges. So this one and this one are the cutting edges. I want to get rid of this line. So this is the boundary, this is the boundary. Now I just go to right click that, enter that information, and left click that line. It goes away. Now, I should have kept those up. I could have done both of them at the same time. See, I could have left select, left select. There you go. So now there's your winged helmet. So it's the polyline. Let's do this again. Let's turn this in and take the F30 out. And it doesn't matter. You can stylize it. It doesn't have to be exact. You might be able to draw a better one than what's looking here. So I'm not going to be upset if anybody uses artistic license, because I certainly would. I'm just going to cross over there. So you know there's no crossing. It's very neat. So let's do the trim command. Let's go to trim, select, right click enter, left select, it goes away. So now you see the contrasting colors, and when you print it, it'll be like that too. The gray will print light, the white. So there's your winged Viking Thor. But these wings should be going way out there, shouldn't they? Yeah, so let's see, let's fix this just a bit so that we can, all right, there we are. Now this one goes way out there, so let's get this one going out there. There you go. I'm gonna put this one right here. There you go. So now let's go to the polyline again and start from here. Put your snap on at F3 and then just sweep this one out. There you go. Now you can zoom in and round it off. There you go. Or you can put a circle command on it. This one needs to be rounded off too. So let's round this one off. Or we can go to circle command and do a 2-point circle. See there? Left select, and then left select, and then left select. And once we have that curve there, we can go to trim. And we can use this as a cutting edge and that as a cutting edge. Right click enter and get rid of that line. And now we can use that line, left select, right click enter. There you go. So now there's two of those. This one is kind of wonky, so I'm going to move it up just a bit. There you go. All right. And this one should be going a little bit more and if you want to, you can type in near. If I want this to go to a certain place on that line, I can. When I select it, it turns red. It's a hot. I can see it snapping to the center. You don't want that, so the F3. But you can type in NEAR, near, and it'll go right near to wherever you want it to go. Or you can go down here and click on the cascade arrow and then type in and click on nearest. See that? Yeah, let's use nearest because we're going to use that one. There you go. And then, of course, this one's going to stretch out to here. This one's going to stretch out to here. And they're all going to fall in. This one's off kilter. I'm going to left click that and click that one. There you go. Wow. This one is kind of wonky, so let's straighten this one up. Make this one a little bit curvier. There you go. All right, so there's your helmet. Now the hair. Now the hair can be a little bit more flowing. So let's just start with this line right here, coming down here, right almost in the middle. Let's try Splines. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in SPL, see Spline. So now where did this start? It starts almost right here, right? Let's type in near again, NEAR, and go to near. And it comes down. See how the Spline is not making a linear line, it's making a curvilinear line. There you go. And I'm just going to cross over because I can always trim, remember? Now let's go and right click on your mouse, brings up the formal command because you programmed it. And come out of here, snap on the end of the helmet there, left select, there you go. And you're gonna take your snap off and let's see, where did this one go? This one, you can undo, you can go back, you can go undo back to where you didn't like it, undo. I'm gonna come out just a bit so I can make it look like it's here. So now I can go to trim, left select, right click, enter that information of the cutting edges. Now left select, left select. There you go. So there's the hair. And I can offset the hair or I can draw it. Now this eclipses that just a little bit, so let's do that just a bit and make this a little bit wider. There you go. Now how did that go? Oh, these wings come out of here. So let's go to Polyline and let's go back and put your F3 snap on. And how far do they go up? Oh, they go all the way up to here. So let's just eyeball that right up there. There you go. And let's do this one right, almost the same, concentric. Does it go all the way to there? No, it goes up and it goes here. Or you can type in nearest. There you go. Now you got to get rid of that little piece there, remember? So remember our trim command, trim, left select, cutting edge, left select. And now that's a polyline, it's a whole line, so you don't have to select both of them, just select one. Right click, enter, left select. There you go. Now remember our offset command, there's our offset. Now, through, erase, or layer, that's what the offset command. Let's just type in T. See, when there's a command there and there's a capital letter, all you have to do is type in that the letter. So I want to offset through, eyeball, T, enter. So now I can just say left select and I can eyeball where I think the hair should be. And uh-oh, it's snapping. Take my F and take my snap off. Left select. All right, let's see, left select, there you go. Left select. Okay. So now I can extend. See that trim? That cascade arrow right there? Click it. And it says extend. Extend and trim are very similar. So select it, right click, select, select. Uh-oh, let's trim now. Click on the upside down pyramid, trim, left select, get rid of that line, left select, trim again. There you go, trim that line up. So now let's trim left select, right click enter, left select, or I can do my crossing window. There you go. All right, erase, trim, cutting edge left select, erase. Come on, oh that's a line. So trim, left select, there you go. Now I can eyeball those other ones up there. So the other tuft of the hair, let's see, copy, or you can just copy these if you want. Copy, and you can 1, 2, 3 eyeball them. Now let's trim those off. There you go. Trim that, trim that, trim that. And let's see, left select and trim that and trim that. That way you got it. Now you got that little piece in there. So now you can copy this little piece, or you can offset 1 and 2. There you go. So now I'm going to trim this one, left select, right click on your mouse, left select, left select. Now I'm going to erase those little scragglers. Erase and sneak in there, erase there. There you go. So that didn't take that much time. So now you have the forehead and the face. So let's go to the polyline again. And where do we start? We start right up. Let's go to the near, N-E-A-R, near. There you go, right there. Now how did that work? Let's see, is my snap back on? No, snap is off. So let's go very slowly across this line and almost straight down, and then the nose is going, I'm just gonna come in here and make the nose right there. And then I'm gonna take that line all the way down the beard line. And I'm just going to take it off because I'm going to get it later. And then this one, I'm going to come across here. And this one, I'm going to come straight up. And I'm going to go over and make the beard. And it tips down a little bit. Not that much. I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to come up okay. And then I'm going to go to near and go to the nose, near. And look, if you zoom in there, which looks better, this or that? There you go, right there. Oops. Okay, put my snap back on because I'm nearest snap. There you go. So now you can make him yelling, or you can put the lips on him, and then he'll look like his mouth is closed. Let's go to polyline again. Snap here. And snap there and there. So he's sort of, the mouth is sort of inward. Sort of like that. He's got a scowl. All right, and I'm gonna move these in here. There you go. All right, so now let's clean up the trim lines. So trim, left select, and I'm gonna come from the right. I'm gonna left select the window and get them all. There you go. And I'm gonna left select. There you go. And this one doesn't touch, so let's go to extend. Extend right here. There you go. And now we're going to do the eye. And the eye is sort of deep set. Let's go to polyline. And it's coming right off of here, and it's going into the, and then let's see, it's a curve here, right? Let's see. And where did that curve end? It almost ends right to the, let's take your snaps off because they're going crazy. And then you can still roll your mouse. Now where does it go? Okay, it goes back to the forehead. Let's see. And put your snap back on because you're going to go to near. There you go. There it is. Now, there's only one little hatch piece on here. So let's make that hatch. So now, and it's solid, so let's go to the hatch command. There it is up there, hatch, left select. And let's go to click on solid. And let's go to here and to here. So what's white is black and what's black is white. So that's what that is. All right, so now, if you want to, you can move it in the right position. Let's go to move. Let's move this whole ensemble, left select, right click enter, from this corner to this corner, right? And that's the right position. Now let's go to move this one, okay, from, let's just eyeball it, but with our ortho on. Let's put our ortho back on. There you go. There you go. So now there. Now, if you, when you get ready to print plot, what you're going to do is you'll go to your 8.5 by 11, and you'll use your portrait, remember, and then you'll click on paper space and make that highlighted border. See, there's a border here. Now there's a border here. So now you can, there it is. You can zoom in there, zoom extents, or there it is, right there. So now, wow. So how far is that? That's pretty good, isn't it? So let's click on, I want to zoom it larger, so I have to go out of model space, click on model, and make sure it says paper, because now you're dealing with the paper. See, now that's pretty good, isn't it? So now, since you're dealing with the paper, you can click on paper, and then now you're dealing with the model. So that's pretty good. So now, you can eyeball. Let's go back to model, go to paper. Okay, now, you can, let's dock this command toolbar back where it's supposed to be. let's see, you got to grab these dots, these shish kebab dots here, and put it over there. Yeah. So now let's roll your mouse. Let's see. Let's go back to paper. Now we're in model. It's sort of top heavy. So what I can do is I can move these two up just a little bit using my ortho. There you go, to make it look more linear. There you go. And I can move them away from the original for now. So that's what you're going to do when you plot. Okay? All right, let's go back to model space over here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to use your Indian. So let's go here to move, and you're going to move this over here maybe with your ortho, and you're going to zoom in there, and you're going to start your ending into your hatch. So the Indian has a lot more hatch. The Alexander the Great has only a little limited hatch, and that hatch, let's go to the hatch. It's sort of like these diagonal lines you can put in there, and the Knight, King Arthur, only has a little tiny bit of hatch there and there. That hatch will be this cross ANSI 137. There you go. So I leave that to you to print and plot. And let's review all of our commands. We did our line command, we did our OSNAP, F8, and the toolbar down here, fillet command, radius, chamfer, radius. Let's do that. Fillet, chamfer, radius. So if you want a curve on these lines, see that? If you want this to be curved, let's escape and go back to home. And let's go to fillet. And if you look here, it says polyline radius trim. Let's type in R for radius, radius. And let's type in just one, something small. And let's click here at these two lines. And it says it's too large. Radius is too large. So let's click on it again and type in 0.1. That's really small. Now select and select. Radius is still too large. This drawing is very small. So right click and let's type in 0.01, enter. So let's see, left select and left select. Radius is still too large. Let's see, let's try it over here. Left select, left select. Radius is too large. All right, radius, enter. Okay, 0.01, enter. Left select, left select. You see that? I made it red. So that's kind of small. Let's make a radius. Let's type in 0.5. That's half an inch. Left select. Radius is too large. So let's type in 0.3. Let's try that. 0.3. Left select. Left select. That's still store. Let's do it again. Radius. Let's type in 0.2. Enter. Let's try it on this one. Yep, see how that's a huge radius. So that's probably, let's try it on these. Left select, watch that curve, nice, look at that. Left select, and let's look at these two curves. Left select, left select. Let's try a bigger curve. Radius, enter, let's type in 1, enter. See what it does to that bump there. Left select, it straightens it out. Left select, oh, left select, it straightens them out. Left select, left select. See now that radius, wow, the 1 will straighten out all of them. Look at that. They're all curving. Look at that. 1, 1. There you go. So if you want to curve off all these lines, you do a radius and curve these lines up. Let's fix this one. This one looks like a finger down here. Let's go to stretch and right. Come from the right and stretch all of those down. Or you can just do the one by one with the hot grips. They're called hot grips. Let's move this one up just a bit. There you go. All right, so that looks good. And now, don't forget, as you're doing this, you're going to put a save on your drawing file. Save. Okay, good luck with that. Okay, that's drawing 2. Have fun with it. Do your 4 and We created layers, we did hatch, we did trim, so that's pretty good. So good luck with that, and we'll see you on drawing 3. Thank you.